Our On the Market segment, Kent Browne is here from Royal LePage, representing all three area Royal LePage franchises, including Gale, Performance, and Team. How are you?
Excellent, Kurt.
Good to see you.
It's great to be back.
Budget day. Is this something that real estate agents and people that do what you do pay attention to?
Well, I think more than just real estate agents, homeowners.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your biggest single investment. We always hear, you know, we've all got a house. We all want to get a house. Absolutely. Anything that affects confidence or hurts the market or helps the economy has a direct impact on housing.
Speaking of direct impacts, you notice on our screen today, there's a survey that's been, it's a Royal LePage survey, right?
Yes.
And one of the things that it found, Kent, was that 2/3 of people, basically, according to the survey, are worried about affordability when it comes to homes.
Absolutely. I mean, homes are a big investment. It takes a lot of saving to get there and a lot of planning to buy one. You've got to bear in mind, Kurt, though, a lot of the people in that survey are Toronto, Montreal, or Vancouver, especially Kelowna.
Right.
I mean, Ottawa is still a very affordable market at $360,000 average price. Toronto is 35% higher, so you're in 35% tougher times to buy in Toronto.
Right.
Vancouver is double. You know, we have a friend sold here for the exact average at $360,000, bought for $720,000 out there and got the same house. North Shore of Vancouver averages $1.3 million. We're affordable. It's a great city.
Yeah, we're kind of, you know, oftentimes they talk about Ottawa as an insulated market when it comes to real estate. Is that true? Are we under a bubble a bit here?
Well, bubble's a bad word. Bubble always means something's going to burst. And we're not insulated as much as we're solid. There were articles last week that said there's, you know, cooling and big drops coming and everything. Not in Ottawa.
No.
I mean, in 60 years, we've only had 1 year with a drop of over 2.5%. It's so solid. We go up slowly. So there's nothing to burst.
Yeah. Well, that article in the Citizen, and I read it with interest, especially when I saw the headline. That was it's kind of an inadvertent headline, was it not?
Well, it said there was a 44% drop in housing. It wasn't even related to that. And in fact, the second paragraph said housing across Canada will cool slightly from a 5.4% increase to a 3.5% increase. I'm thrilled with a 3.5% increase because that's what Ottawa averages.
Yeah.
We're very lucky here. And it leads into, we were going to talk about pricing today.
You know, I've noticed right away, and I live on a corner, and there's some condos up and behind me, so I see signs firmly planted in my snowbank every week now that say open house. There's a lot going on. A lot of people are selling their homes. But pricing is a problem for a lot of people. Like, well, how do you price your home now?
Well, first, call in Royal LePage, call in a professional. There's so much variable in a pricing. You know, we were at Tremblant on the weekend and house prices have fallen over 7 years there. Not here. Get to know your local market.
Right.
What is our market doing? You know, an agent should come in and they look at your home and they have to prove to you what it's worth. So pricing, again, is a lot of homework.
Right, so that's a market analysis, an area analysis, right?
And a detailed one. I mean, there are some brokers out there who say, well, what do you want to list it at? And they'll put it on MLS. Well, putting it on MLS doesn't solve the problem. You want your broker, your real estate agent, to have been into all the area homes. You want them to have seen the competition. You want to know that if your home has a finished basement, maybe that one had all upgraded with a fence and appliances included. Even a row unit in Barhaven that's $300,000 to $350,000, it's not a cookie cutter price. Those can vary. You know, are you an end unit? Is it southern exposure? There's so much variables.
Right.
So your realtor should be able to come in and say to you, I've seen them. Here's the differences. Here's what we're going to do to get top value for yours.
Should homeowners who are, you know, thinking about selling their home or really want to put it on the market, should they examine this data and make sure they're in the know as well, so they can come to an agreement?
Kurt, first, if you're not convinced, the buyers aren't convinced, and we have to be able to say to the buyers, this is where the house is. If your home is put up and it's overpriced, it's going to sit on the market.
Yep.
Now it's stale dated, and nobody, you know, people are going to say there's something wrong with it.
Yeah, there's always a problem there. Eh?
I'll always say in the first 2 to 4 weeks, you get the highest exposure. So if you're not at the right price, you're probably, you know, you're not bringing in those buyers that you want to get in there.
Fair to say, Kent, that if you price your home properly, you're going to sell it pretty quick around here?
Well, in Ottawa, the average market time had been, you know, probably 45 to 60 days.
Yeah.
Is an average.
Yeah, it doesn't take very long to sell a house around here.
Kent
Browne represents all three area Royal LePage dealerships, including Gale, Performance, and Team. If you want to get in touch with them, royallepageottawa.ca, rlpottawa.ca is the website. Go from there, and the guaranteed Royal LePage people will be there to help you out. Kent, always a pleasure, my friend.
Kurt, it's my pleasure being here.